Hello guys, welcome to Basic Nursing Classes. Myself Amanpreet. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic in endocrine, that is diabetes mellitus. Okay, and we all know diabetes mellitus, and in this video we are going to discuss the main important topics from exam point of view. Okay, so let's move on with that. We all know diabetes mellitus. It's an glucose metabolism error. There is an error in glucose metabolism, and what happens when there occurs the error in glucose metabolism? It can lead to high levels of glucose in the blood, and that condition is called hyperglycemia. And hyperglycemic condition is called diabetes mellitus. Okay, and we can classify diabetes mellitus into three types. First is type 1 diabetes, then type 2 diabetes, and third is gestational diabetes. And gestational diabetes is a temporary phase of diabetes mellitus in the gestational period of pregnancy. Okay, and it is similar to type 2. Okay, and let's discuss type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetes, it is juvenile, that means it occurs in the children of young age. But type 2 diabetes, it occurs in the adults, the people who are in the older age. Okay, and type 1 diabetes, it is insulin dependent. It means the body cannot produce insulin at all. There is no insulin in the body, so we have to give insulin from outside of the body. Okay, but in type 2 there is some insulin in the body. The body is able to produce some insulin, so it is not insulin dependent. Okay, and type 1 diabetes, it can lead to ketosis in the body. Okay, in the worst conditions, so it is ketosis prone. But type 2 diabetes, because there is some insulin produced in the body, so it is not ketosis prone. It cannot lead to ketosis or acidosis in the body. Okay, so in type 1, because there is no insulin at all in the body, plus it can lead to ketosis, so it can lead to DKA. That is condition is called diabetes ketoacidosis. We will discuss DKA further in detail. Okay, and in type 2, because there is some insulin in the body which is able to prevent ketoacidosis, but it cannot prevent hyperglycemia, so it can lead to HH and Ka, that is hyperosmolar hyperglycemic non-ketotic syndrome or non-ketotic acidosis. Okay, and to further we will discuss diabetes type 1 and type 2. Firstly, we need to remember the pathophysiology behind the glucose metabolism in the body, the normal glucose metabolism. Okay, so let's discuss that. So to metabolize glucose in the body, there is role of liver, plus there's role of pancreas and role of insulin. Okay, so first discuss the role of liver. The liver helps the glucose stored in the form of glycogen. The extra glucose which body doesn't need is stored in the liver in the form of glycogen. Okay, and insulin helps the glucose enter into the cells. The amount of glucose which the body needs, it regulates the amount of sugars into the cells, and extra glucose is stored in the liver. Okay, and insulin is secreted by the beta cells of pancreas. Okay, so insulin it regulates the amount of sugar which the body needs, and extra glucose is stored in the liver in the form of glycogen. And in emergency conditions, for example, when the blood glucose goes very low in the body. In that condition, the extra stored glycogen, it is converted into glucose by glucagon, which is also secreted by pancreas. So this is a normal pathophysiology which occurs in the body. Okay, and in diabetes type 1, because there is no insulin at all, okay, so body cannot metabolize the glucose. So in response to produce energy for the body, it starts burning fats. So because of the burning of the fats, there is release of ketones in the body, which are acids, which can lead to DKA, that is diabetic ketoacidosis. So that's the main reason behind ketoacidosis, that is burning of fats and the release of ketones in the body. Okay, and in type 2, there is some insulin in the body but not enough. Okay, there can be insulin resistance also. Okay, so it is not burning the fats, so there is no release of ketones in the body, so there is no ketosis in the body. Okay, and generally we can see the people which are diabetic, which are suffering from type 1 diabetes, these are very thin because the body is burning fats, the extra fats preserves, they are burning, so these are thin from the external appearance. But in type 2 diabetes, the people are usually overweight or obese. Okay, and moreover diabetes type 2, it occurs at older age, so the people are mainly overweight. Okay, and the reasons behind type 1 and type 2, the first reason can be in type 1, that can be genetic. Okay, it is hereditary and it is not related to lifestyle. Okay, it can be autoimmune, the body is not able to produce no insulin, it means there can be some autoimmune disease to the pancreas. The pancreas is not able to produce insulin, the beta cells are damaged. Okay, or there can be some viral illness to the pancreas. Okay, so in that conditions also the body is not able to produce no insulin at all. It is not related to lifestyle, it is from the childhood or by birth. Okay, and it is genetic. But type 2, it is lifestyle related, and in lifestyle there are two main things to discuss. The first is diet, is number 1. The second is exercise. Okay, and these do have a very important role to play in controlling the glucose levels in the body. Okay, plus there can be some insulin resistance in the body. Okay, there are other risk factors also which we will discuss further, but the main reasons are these. Okay, and the main sign and symptoms which are important to remember in diabetes, these are 3 P's. First is polyphagia, second is polyuria, and third one is polydipsia. Okay, so polyuria, we all know, it is the extra production of urine in the body. The body is producing more urine. Okay, then polydipsia, dipsia means increased thirst, the body, there is dehydration type of condition in the body, so the body needs more water, extra thirst. And polyphagia means increased eating, the person is eating more than normal. Okay, and these are the main sign and symptoms and the reasons behind DM1 and type 1 and type 2. Okay, and in the next video we are going to discuss the main risk factors of type 1 and type 2. Okay, and the complications of diabetes. So till then, good luck for exam. Thank you.